Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sustainable Living with Shilpa Reddy, powered by Planet Green's Farm Natura, a new beginning to your life. Today on yet another episode of Kankatala Q&A with Shilpa, I will be addressing a few questions that we have received in the past few weeks. Following the tradition today, I am wearing a Banarasi silk sari, originated from Khatri community on the banks of river Sindhu. Ajrak. Ajrak printing is a block printed textile that is resist dyed using natural colors. A print usually takes 14 to 16 stages of dyeing and printing for about 14 to 21 days to bring out a soft jewel-like appearance on the fabric. Kankatala strives to bring the best of these Ajrak prints in collaboration with the best artisans of the industry in every way possible. The remarkable feature of Ajrak printing is that on a single fabric, resist printing is combined with other printing and dyeing techniques using the same design, which calls for unsurpassed skill. The process involves printing, washing and dyeing techniques many times to result in luminous, beautiful product. The color palette used on Ajrak is said to signify the universe. Color red for the earth, black for darkness, white for clouds and blue for the universe itself. A star-spangled midnight sky is what Ajrak meant to signify in Arabic. This quintessential red Banarasi silk sari embossed in intricately made beautiful Ajrak print body, embraced into gold zari brocade border and accentuated with paisley motif series on the pallu for a luminous finish. Polyfiber is made out of polyester, which is synthetic fabric made from petroleum, chemicals, water and air. It is energy-intensive process and results in high levels of pollution and chemical byproducts. The production of polyester can be dangerous for workers, while the products themselves can be harmful for our health as consumers. Polyfiber is ideally increases the temperature on the body, which indirectly evaporates the water in the body. This may cause dehydration, and sometimes when you use polyfibers in peak summers, especially in tropical areas, it might also cause sunstrokes more often. Hence, it is cautioned that kids under 12 years of age should completely avoid usage of polyfibers. Sometimes it may also cause skin allergies, skin rashes that might take longer than usual for kids to heal. In every which way, polyfiber is only causing damage to both humans and the planet. Hence, it is highly recommended that we stop using polyester right from the manufacturing point of view and further using polyester fabric in the consumer point of view. Yes, unfortunately, fashion industry contributes to a large section of environmental damage. But the change should start in two ways, from the manufacturer's point of view as well as the consumer point of view. When buying fashion garments, it is highly suggested that you choose clothes made of natural fibers for your personal use. Demand and supply are directly proportional. As consumers, if we reduce and stop utilizing synthetic fabric, this will automatically reduce the production of the synthetic fibers. As a designer myself, I have generally reduced utilization of synthetic fabrics while styling. At Shilpa Reddy's studio, I only use natural fibers such as cotton, silk and blended cottons and silks. Fashion industry weighs up to 32% of total environmental waste produced by humans. That is an alarming number. It is important that we act now and make changes to our styling and our wardrobes. Sustainable fashion is a movement and process of foreseeing change to fashion products and fashion system towards greater ecological integrity and social justice. Sustainable fashion concerns more than just addressing fashion textiles or products. It comprises addressing the whole system of fashion. Sustainable fashion also deals with considering fashion From the perspective of many stakeholders, users and producers, all living species, contemporary and future dwellers on the earth. Sustainable fashion, therefore, is the responsibility of citizens, the public sector and the private sector. When it comes down to the garment themselves, their durability depends on their use and metabolism. Certain garments are made to withstand long use, for example, outdoor hiking, winter wear jackets, etc. Whereas other garments have a quicker turnaround, for example, party wear and other garments. This means some garments have properties and a use life that could be made more durable, whereas others should be compostable or recycled for quicker disintegration. Choosing to buy and wear garments that have better durability directly applies to the fashion sustainability. Unfortunately, there is an unnecessary attention to the word organic for various products that might not even have the need to be organic in nature. Organic certification implies that the product is well audited right from the manufacturing, production to that of cultivation. However, it is not important that we consume only organic products. Various consumables like spices, dals, rice, wheat can be consumed with organic label. However, there are other products like honey, corn, oats that need not be consumed when labeled as organic. These products can be just natural and need not be organic. It is important that we understand there's a huge difference between products being natural versus organic. These days, the word organic has become more of a marketing point and as well as a sales pitch than compared to of actual organic production. When bottled water is stored in plastic bottles, that may include one-time plastic or reusable plastic, such bottled water is called as carcinogenic. Research suggests that all plastics may leach chemicals if they are scratched or heated. Research also strongly suggests that at certain exposure levels, some of the chemicals in these products, such as bisphenol, may cause cancer in people. Increased cancer risk were linked to 22 carcinogens found in the drinking water. Contaminants include arsenic, radioactive materials such as uranium and radium, and disinfectant byproducts, which are substances produced when chlorine and other additives are used in the treatment process. BPA exposure is linked to multiple health effects including fertility issues, altered brain development, cancer, and heart complications. On the other hand, the major impact of plastic on the environment is that it takes many years for them to get decomposed. In addition, toxic substances are released into the soil when plastic bags perish under sunlight, and if plastic bags are burnt, they release a toxic substance into the air, causing ambient air pollution. Chemicals in plastic like lead, cadmium and mercury directly can come in contact with the humans. These toxins can cause cancers, congenital disabilities, immune system problems and childhood development issues. It is a misunderstanding that you should use sunscreen lotions just in summers. But then, sunscreen must be applied across all weather conditions and in all seasons. In tropical countries like India, the effect of sun rays is caused on the human body across all weather conditions or all climate conditions. Also, sunscreen lotions should be applied when indoors and not just outdoors. However, different quality of SPF lotions should be used in different weather conditions. Also choose creams without microplastic beads, ones that are water soluble and not harmful to your skin as well as the planet. A sunscreen product acts like a very thin bulletproof vest, stopping the UV photons before they reach the skin and inflict damage. It contains organic sunscreen molecules that absorb UV and inorganic pigment that absorb, scatter and reflect UV. Use broad spectrum sunscreen lotions that will protect your skin from both UVA as well as UVB. UVA rays cause skin aging, whereas UVB rays causes skin to burn. Mineral sunscreens, also called sunblock, contains active ingredients titanium dioxide or zinc oxide and protect the skin by deflecting the sun's rays. Titanium dioxide is often a primary ingredient in sunscreen because it works well as a UV filtering ingredient. Choosing the right pot for the right plant is very important. The planter you choose will affect how quickly soil dries out, how well a plant grows and how healthy the roots are. These are three major categories of pots: ceramic, glazed, terracotta, made out of clay, and plastic. I'll walk you through the pros and cons of each category. Terracotta or mud pots dry out quickly, making it perfect for the succulents and other plants that hate sitting in water. They are cheaper than ceramic pots, neutral in color, looks great with plants. Ability to see current moisture level based on pot color. The terracotta will soak up the water and turn dark in color. Plastic pots are the cheapest plant pots around. They come in large variety of shapes and colors and sizes, lighter than the ceramic or terracotta, easy to wash and reuse. But they fade and brittle in sun. They are bad for the plant's health and nature. Grow bags help to alleviate this issue because as the root comes in contact with the edges of the fabric pot, they sense the drier soil that is exposed to the air. At this point, they know they have reached their growth limit. The roots become air-pruned, which is vital to growing healthy plants in containers. This prevents overgrowth of roots, eliminating girdling of the roots. A more fibrous root system allows the plants to take in more nutrients and water. Hence, the most suggestible is the breathable grow bag and then the mud pots. Yes, change is needed today more than ever before. Ideal celebrations have wastage from three sources: food, decor and gift wrapping. Food wastage can be minimalized by serving smaller portions and also partnering with an NGO to dispose of the extra food instead of throwing it into the garbage. On the other hand, decor creates humongous waste of trash during celebrations. Using Indian flowers and not importing flowers from other countries will reduce the carbon footprint of transportation. Also, flex materials should be completely avoidable as they are non-biodegradable. Reducing the usage of plastic materials for decoration and increased use of reusable decorative items will also create a large impact on environmental sustainability in the long run. The third being gift wrapping. It is important that we all choose to wrap our gifts in brown or reusable paper and not plastic, bubble or commercial gift wrapping papers. By following such basic measures, all of us can contribute towards reducing the impact of our celebrations on others' health and our planet. Infants and young children often tend to chew the toys, and this may cause harmful effects of skin rashes, indigestion, vomitings, and other diseases to the infants or young children. Hence, it is important to not let children play with plastic toys. Chemicals in the plastic like lead, cadmium, and mercury directly can come in contact with humans. These toxins can cause cancers, congenital disabilities, immune system problems, and childhood development issues. Using alternatives to these China imported toys by choosing to play with simple household items right from the kitchen like vessels or utensils, and to use natural twigs or leaves can always impact the child growth in the most beneficial way. On the other hand, it also helps children grow close to nature by using these kind of household playing items that can help them understand the viability of nature around them. We can also choose to buy or use wooden toys or source them from neighbors or relatives whose kids have grown up and have no use for those toys again. This also helps us to understand the importance of reuse, recycle, and it's very important in today's day and age. Hope you guys found this episode informative. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel. Do not miss any updates. See you all next week. Signing off, Shilpa Reddy.